Hey, welcome to this explainer. Let's start with a big question. What if you've been living your entire life from the completely wrong perspective? The source material we're digging into today puts forward this pretty radical idea that most of us are playing a background character in our own story when we were always meant to be the writer. So let's get into it. Right from the get-go, the material hits us with this powerful challenge. It's asking us, to just pause, to stop that constant frantic search for answers and validation from the outside world, to stop pleading for love or health or money, and instead, for once, to turn our attention inward. And that really is the central theme here. The source argues that for lifetimes, we've been walking around thinking like a creature, like a victim of circumstance, when our true fundamental identity is that of the creator. So let's start there with this massive shift in identity, moving from being the creature to becoming the creator. This isn't just a small tweak in your thinking. It's about completely flipping your perspective, from seeing life as something that just happens to you to deeply understanding that it's something that flows from you. This is how the source describes that creature mindset. And wow, it's a powerful image, isn't it? It's a state of feeling powerless, of pleading with the universe or God or luck, just hoping that some external force will finally change things for you. It's a life that's totally defined by reacting and just hoping for the best. And this slide really breaks it down perfectly. The creature is always reacting, always fighting with the reflection they see in the mirror of life, trying to force it to change. The creator, on the other hand, they originate. They know that to change the reflection, they're the one who has to smile first. Only then does the mirror have something new to reflect back. Okay, but this brings up a huge, obvious question, right? If we're all these all-powerful creators, then why does life so often feel completely out of our control? Why can't we just remember how to use this power? And the answer the source gives is pretty mind-bending. It offers this fascinating metaphor. We're basically divine actors who willingly chose to have amnesia. Think about it. Why would we do that? Well, because if you knew you were God just playing a game, there'd be no stakes, no thrill, no real gut-level experience. The forgetting is actually what makes the whole play feel real. And this gives us a brilliant way to think about the ego. It's not some enemy we have to go to war with. It's just a necessary vehicle, like a spacesuit for navigating the dense reality of Earth. The mistake we all make isn't in having an ego, it's in believing that we are the spacesuit itself. So, here's the crucial point. By identifying with the suit, our body, our name, our personal history, we fell into this grand illusion that power is somewhere out there. We started blaming the government, our boss, our bad luck, and every time we did that, we basically handed our creative power over to the world around us. This brings us to the central operating system of reality, as described in the source, the law of reflection. This is the mechanism that explains exactly how our inner world creates our outer world. This quote, this one, changes everything. The idea is that reality isn't some solid, objective place we all live in. It's more like a neutral screen or a perfect mirror. It has no opinion, no agenda. It simply and flawlessly reflects back whatever you are holding in your own consciousness. So, how does this mirror actually work? Well, the mechanics are laid out pretty clearly. First, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. The people in your life, they're described as projections of your own beliefs and assumptions. Literally, you pushed out. And here's the kicker. Your reality today is just a delayed echo of your consciousness from yesterday, which means, of course, the only way to ever change the reflection is to change yourself first. Okay, so now that we got the what and the why of this whole creator mindset, let's get down to business. Let's talk about the how. Let's open up the Creator's Workshop and look at the actual tools you use to build your reality. The first and honestly the most powerful tool you have is your imagination. The source is begging us to stop treating it like it's just for fantasy or escapism. It's not. Your imagination is the actual engine room. It's the blueprinting phase where reality is literally manufactured before it ever shows up in your world. But, and this is a really critical distinction, there is a huge difference between thinking about your desire and thinking from it. Thinking about it is like watching a movie of yourself being happy or successful. It just creates a feeling of longing and distance. Thinking from it means you're actually in the movie. You're looking out at the world through the eyes of the person who already has what you want. That is true creation. The second tool is all about language, specifically the two most powerful words that exist, I am. According to this text, this isn't just a simple statement of who you are. It's a direct divine programming command for the universe. Whatever you attach to I am, whether it's I am healthy, I am prosperous, or I am always struggling, that is a direct order that reality has no choice but to fulfill. All right, this all sounds pretty amazing, but wielding this kind of power isn't free. There's a price of admission. So let's look at what the source says it actually costs to step into this identity and, assume your throne as creator. And here it is, the price you have to pay. You have to give up the comfort of being a victim. The source is crystal clear. You can have the innocence of the victim, or you can have the power of the creator, but you absolutely cannot have both. You have to choose. This means taking radical 100% responsibility for everything. But here's the empowering part. The very moment you realize you created the cage you're in, you also realize you've been holding the key the entire time. Now, the final piece of the puzzle is something the source calls active surrender. It's a bit of a paradox. Your job as the creator is to decide what you want and to live in the feeling of it already being done. But the how, the when, the who, all those messy logistical details, that's not your department. You have to surrender that to the universe, trusting that it knows the perfect way to bring your what to life. And so, this whole philosophy leaves us right here, with this one ultimate question. It doesn't give you all the answers. It just hands you the pen. If you really truly accept that you are the sole author of your life story, what on earth are you going to write next?